People always say I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, but I don't agree. Sure, I know I'm obese and that messes with my confidence sometimes, but that never stopped me from believing that love is out there. And recently I thought I found it. It all started with this guy I work with. He's always been so kind, so attentive. It was Valentine's Day when I first felt something between us. We had a bunch of roses in a break room while everyone was having lunch. He came over and handed me one. The way he said it, the way he looked at me was just a simple gesture. I knew then that he was into me. Every time he made himself coffee, he offered to make me a cup. Every time he brought something from the vending machine, he'd offer me a snack too. This went on for months. There was one night in particular when I knew it was real. I had been waiting for a friend to pick me up from work, but they were taking forever. He noticed and offered me a ride home. When we got to my place, he said something I'll never forget. Don't just have a good night, have a great night. No one have ever said anything like that to me before. I walked inside my house smiling, knowing deep down that I finally found my person. A couple of days later, I caught him staring at me from his workstation. Not just looking at me, really staring like he could see right through me into my soul. I told my friends and family about him, but none of them understood. They didn't see what I saw. Jealousy, plain and simple. Most of my friends are single, so of course they didn't want me to be happy, but I didn't care because I found my one. Then it all fell apart. One day I was craving a snack and headed to the break room. That's when I saw him, my man, kissing someone else right there in front of me. In that moment, all I felt was pure rage. I don't even remember what happened next. I just blacked out. The next thing I knew, I was sitting in the back of a cop car being driven to jail. They told me I have done the unthinkable. I have unalived Thomas. They said I was obsessed, that we barely had any real contact. They even claimed that every time he offered me something, he offered it to someone else too. The rose he gave me, they said he gave one to every woman in the office just to be courteous. Bullshit, I yelled. All lies. But no one listened. Now, as I sit in his prison cell, know one thing for certain. It was love. He loved me, and I'll never believe otherwise. After all, he gave me that rose. That rose was for me, only me.